Hi everyone, welcome back to Sew with Tifa. If you're new here, I'm Tifa and thank you for joining me. In today's video, we're gonna be learning how I made this Palazzo Pant fit. Guys, look at that pant. Look at the fit. It is absolutely perfect. And I'm sure you guys would like to make this for yourself and also for your client. If that's the case, make sure you watch the entire video as you don't want to miss any part of this tutorial, especially where I'll be showing you guys how to eliminate wrinkles at the crotch area. So make sure you watch the entire video. And for those who already subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you still waiting for? Please make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. It is right down below, and let me know in the comment section if you subscribe by leaving me a comment saying just subscribe. Also, I noticed that most of you guys always forget to give me a thumbs up after watching my videos. I know you guys enjoy my tutorial, right? So please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, because if you don't, YouTube will not recommend this video to other potential subscribers and other people that might learn from this tutorial, and there is no way we'll be able to grow this channel. So please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, and share this video with your friends that might be interested in this tutorial. Also, I thought it would be a great idea to always recommend one of my previous tutorial to you guys in every video. The tutorial I'll be recommending today will be this corset tutorial. Yes, I made this and I uploaded the full tutorial here on my channel. So after watching this Palazzo Pant tutorial, I'll leave the link to this corset tutorial in the description below and also in the comment section. So make sure you check that out. Without wasting much of our time, let's get started. To get started, from the tip of my pattern paper right here, I marked 1/2 inch, and this will be the allowance to attach my belt to the pant. I'm using a belt of 1.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and start taking my measurement. So I'll place my tape starting from that 1.5 inches on this line straight down, meaning I've subtracted the waistband from the length of the pant. And now I'll mark my hip measurement. My hip length is 9.5 inches right here, and my crotch measurement, which is 12.5. Then I'll go ahead and mark the length of my pant, 43 inches, but I'll be adding additional 5 inches to that. Palazzo pant look more beautiful when it's longer, and also I'll be putting on heels with this. So 43 plus 5 will be 48, plus 2 inches to hem the down part, and that will be 50. So I'll mark my 50 right here. Now from my crotch length, I'll go down by 3 inches to get my thigh measurement. So this is my hip, and this is my crotch. I'm just gonna write CR, and this is my thigh, okay? And that's the hem at the bottom. So now here on my hip line, I'll input my hip measurement divided by 4. So here, and I'll add additional 1 inch allowance to that right here. Then I'll mark the same thing that I have on my hip to my crotch and to my waist. And I'll go ahead and create a straight line. Whatever I have from here to here, I'll divide that by 4, and I have like 2.9. So I'll approximate that to 3 inches and mark it from this place in, okay? So I'm gonna mark 3 inches right here, like that. Whatever you have from here to here, divide it by 4 and mark it this way, and that will be your crotch extension. Then I'll come to the hip and mark 1/4 inch from this place out, okay? And that is to make sure that we don't curve our hip too deep, all right? Then here I'm gonna mark 2 inches this way, like that. Now I'll connect from this place to this 2 inches up this way to create my crotch curve. So for the crotch curve, you want to make sure you blend the line. I'm sorry about all this, I was just trying to blend it. So I won't be using this. You just blend this smoothly this way upward. What we are doing here is to make sure that we don't come too deep, because if you do so, you have folds at the crotch area. Now we'll come to our waist and mark our waist measurement divided by 4. Also, you'll be marking your waist measurement from this place inward, okay? From the crotch right here inward, because this will be the center front and this side will be your hip. So waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance and 1 inch dart allowance. So waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance plus 1 inch dart allowance. Then from this place, I'm going to connect it to my hip. Okay, like that. Now I'll come to my thigh and divide my thigh measurement by 2. Note, your hip measurement, your waist measurement, you divide that by 4. But your thigh, you divide it by 2, okay? So my thigh is 26 inches. 26 divided by 2 is going to be 13 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance. That will be 14 inches. So I'll have 14 inches right here. So I'll mark the same 14 inches right at the hem right here. So after doing that, I'll connect all my lines. So connect from my crotch to my thigh. And I'll connect it straight down. Now we have our palazzo pant. But what I would like to do at the down part right here is to trim it a little bit. I don't want the bottom part of my pant to be this wide. So what I'll do is from this part, I'll come in by 1 inch. Okay, and also from this end, I'll go in by 1 inch. And I'll connect from my thigh to this 1 inch and from here to this 1 inch. So now I'll be cutting through the inner line, this one and this one, straight here to the thigh and up here, and also this way out here. This is what we have after cutting out our front pattern. We'll place this on the back pattern to cut the back pattern out. So now I placed my front pattern on the back pattern and I extended all the lines that I already have on my front pattern this way and to the other side. So the first thing I'll do is here at the crotch line, I'll go down by 1/2 inch, okay? So we're gonna mark 1/2 inch like this. Then I'll mark 3 inches from here this way, okay, on that 1/2 inch, right? So from the crotch, 3 inches, and you go down by 1/2 inch, all right? Then I'll come to my waist right here. From the top of my front pattern right here, not from this line, from the top, I'll mark 1.5 inches up. This is to give more room for the butt, okay? So 1.5 inches like that. I'm just gonna extend this line up. Like that. So from this line, I'll come in by 2 inches, okay? I hope you guys are taking note. To come in by 2 inches right here. So 1.5 up, and you come in by 2 inches. So now I'll be connecting from this line below the crotch to this line right here, and that is to create our back crotch curve. Also, you want to take note that you don't want to curve this too deep, all right? So what I'll do is just gonna flip this way, and let's see. So I'll be using my pencil first in case I need to do any adjustment. All right, can you see that curve right here? So that's our back crotch. Now I'll place this back and make sure that I didn't come too deep right here, okay? You can measure it. If you have 1.5 to 1 inches, that's good. So this is good. I didn't come too deep. Then I'll come to my waist and measure whatever I have on my waist right here, and I have 9 inches. Then I'll come to this place and mark it in a slant way, okay, touching my line right here like this, and this is where the 9 inches will be. Let me use my pen. So 9 inches will be right here, and I'll create that slant line. Can you see that? So this is our new waist for the back. Okay, so this is the waistline for the back. Then I'll come to my thigh here and mark 1 inch. I'll do the same thing for the down part right here, 1 inch. And I'll do the same thing for the other side right here, 1 inch. Keep going, 1 inch. Now connect from my waist to my crotch all the way down. Okay, so 1 inch all the way down. Don't mind this line, that was a mistake. So then we'll come to this other side and we'll connect from our crotch to here like this. Okay, then you continue marking your 1 inch all the way down. Note, you see that I did not mark my 1 inch this way. That will be too deep. Okay, don't mark 1 inch on the thigh right here. Just mark it somewhere down here and curve from this place to the 1 inch, and you continue down. I hope you understand. If you have any question about this, make sure you leave them in the comment section and I will sure reply your questions. So our back pattern is ready now and we can cut it out. And this is what our pattern will look like after cutting out the back. So we have the back and we have the front on top of it. Now we are ready to place this pattern on our fabric and cut it out. So I've cut out my back pattern. I'll also cut out the front pattern the same way. Now this is the back and this is the front, and the way you differentiate between both is that the crotch for the back is always kind of longer. So the next thing to do now is to join our patterns together. So for the front you have 2 pieces and also for the back you have 2 pieces. You join it at the crotch area right here with 1/2 inch, and you do the same thing for the back, 1/2 inch, and make sure that the right side is facing each other before you join at the crotch area. After joining them at the crotch, go ahead and open up my fabric. So this is the front and this is what you will have. Okay, then I'll also open up the front and this is what you have for the front. So now I'll place both together, right side facing each other, back and front together. Okay, so here at the waist I'll match it this way, and you see that the waist is actually matching. And we'll come down here to the hip. What you realize is that the back pattern is wider than the front pattern. That is absolutely okay. It is not a mistake. Don't trim that off. Okay, that is to give more room for the butt at the back, and also this will help our side seam align properly at the side, because if you remember we added like 2 inches allowance to the back, but we only added like 1 inch to the front. So what you do is to measure what you have at your waist. The waist measurement is equal. It's just from the hip to the down pad that is kind of like wider. Now I'll go ahead and measure what I have here at my waist, and here I have 17.5 for the front, and also I should have 17.5 for the back. Yes, 17.5 for the back. So what we'll do now is to subtract our waist measurements from that. So my waist is 29 inches and I'll divide that by 2 because we have 1, 2, and that will be 14.5, and we have 17.5 here. So we have 3 inches left. So that means we'll divide that 3 inches for both sides because we'll be sewing on both sides. So we'll have 1.5 inches here and 1.5 inches here on both sides all the way down. If you want, you can actually retake your measurements for the hip, but you don't have to because the front is actually smaller than the back. So just take 1.5 inches all the way down. Then when you fit your pant and you feel like you need to do any adjustment, you can easily fix that. After joining the side, then I want to hem the down part of our pant. Okay, so this is the down part of our pant, and if you remember, I added 2 inches hemming allowance to the down part. Now what I'll do is, this is the wrong side and this is the right side, so I'll fold my fabric this way, measuring that 2 inches that we have for the hemming, and I'll go ahead and iron that down. Okay, then I'll also fold the tip with 1/2 inch like this and press it down, so we have 1.5 here, and the rest of the half is already folded in. And I'll do that all the way down. Then I'll get my hemming gum, this is an hemming gum, and place it right here like this. Okay, hemming gum here, and you flip this way and you iron this down, so the hemming gum will glue this together and we'll have a neat seam at the bottom of our pant. Now we have a neat hem at the down part. Can you see how beautiful and neat that looks? So I'll do the same thing for the other leg of the pant. Now we'll go ahead and join this part together, so the front and the back crotch, make sure it's matching this way, and also at the bottom right here, and you sew with 1 inch all the way round like this. Okay, and after joining round the crotch this way with 1 inch, then I'll go ahead and flip it to the back. So this is the back crotch area, okay, where we joined 1/2 inch earlier. So I measured from the tip right here down by 7, and this is for my zipper. After doing that, I'll measure round, so from here all the way around to the other side, that's measuring my waist round, and whatever I have there, I'll use that to cut my band. Okay, so this is the band. Now for the band, I folded my fabric into 2 like this, and I measured 2 inches. Okay, my band is actually 1.5 inches, and I need 1/2 inch to join the band to the pant. So after doing that, I'll hem the tip of one part of the band with 1/2 inch like this. Can you see? So just this one, and we'll have 1/2 inch at the top right here. Now the way I'll be joining this band to the pant is this 1/2 inch that we did not fold. I'll pick that and place that here. So this is the wrong side of our fabric. Okay, this is the wrong side, the inner part. I'll start from the inner part and place this way. Okay, and sew it round with 1/2 inch, like with the 1/2 inch all the way round. After joining, this is what you have right here all the way around the waist. Okay, you go ahead and flip this on top like this. Okay, and now you have a neat finishing. So this rough part, you place the neat one on top like this. It will be neat. Then you go ahead and top stitch. As you can see this thread right here, so it will be like a guide for you when you place this on top like that, and you top stitch all the way round. And this is what we have at the band area. That is really neat. And I also fixed my zipper, and that is also neat. This is our pant. It looks really nice even without ironing. So what is left now is for me to give this a good press and show you guys the fit.
Aha!